Time now for our game of the week on Cold Hard Football Facts. It might be the game of the year. This is Cold Hard Football Facts on Football Nation. We're talking Niners and Giants. It's a rematch of the 2011 NFC Championship game. Kerry Byrne from Cold Hard Football Facts. I'm Butch Stearns. This is the game of the year, isn't it?
Right now it is. It's pretty exciting. There may be a couple bigger games down the road, but like you said, a rematch of the NFC title game and two teams playing really well right now with a lot of exciting, talented players on them.
So let's look at the numbers and how strong or weak these teams are. 4:25 on Sunday in San Francisco. Fans are I'm drooling for this game. I'm really looking forward to this.
Well, you know, the 49ers have a little revenge on their mind. If it wasn't for those two Kyle Williams fumbles in the NFC title game, they go to the Super Bowl, which their stats said they should be the NFC representative in the Super Bowl. But the Giants, as they do, toughed out a big win, forced mistakes, as they often do, and were able to kind of eke out a shocking win in San Francisco. So the 49ers definitely want to avenge that performance.
So when I look at the 3-2 Giants and we look at your numbers to back it up, what do the strengths and weaknesses tell us about, paint a picture about what this Giants team really is right now?
Well, we think about the Giants as a team with a great defensive front and a great defense, but right now that's not the case. Right now, this team is number one on the offensive hog index, the best offensive line in football. Number one, getting the ball downfield, real passing yards per attempt. Meanwhile, pretty below average on run defense and among the worst in the league in keeping pass catchers in front of them. They're giving up over 8 yards every time an opposing quarterback drops back. This is a team, Butch, that's being carried by Eli Manning and that offense. It's not the kind of the defensive juggernaut we think it is.
Give us a little further clarification on real passing yards per attempt. When I see that the Giants are number one at 7.57, give me a little more about that stat.
Real passing yards per attempt includes the impact of sacks. So we measure it by the average for every drop back. A lot of times people look at a quarterback's yards per attempt and they pretend the sacks didn't happen. Well, we include every sack as an attempt and subtract that yardage from their total, and it gives a truer picture of how effective you really are trying to get the ball downfield. You may have a high average per attempt, but if you're getting sacked every other play, that mitigates that effectiveness getting the ball downfield. So even accounting for that, the Giants best in football offensively and one of the worst in football defensively. They're not playing good pass defense right now.
I gotta be honest, I love the term real in that because it really paints a picture to me of how good Peyton Manning really is.
Eli
Manning, yes, right. But it really paints a picture of how good Eli really is.
Right now, he remember the great thing last year is he declared himself elite before the start of the season, right?
Yeah.
And then spent the whole year going out and proving it. And I think right now there's no question. And right now he is the most effective passer in terms of getting the ball downfield consistently.
So when we look at the Niners and their strengths and weaknesses, as a fan, I can add in, well, they signed Brandon Jacobs and Mario Manningham this year. So they're picking their brains on how to beat the Giants. Jacobs isn't going to play. Manningham will be in there, but you got the numbers to back up how good the Niners really are.
Well, when we just did a story this week for SportsIllustrated.com, my Cold Hard Football Facts column there, that kind of breaks down the 49ers on both sides of the ball. And right now, not only they're the number one scoring defense in football, which we know they're a pretty good defensive club, they are the best two-pronged offense in football, averaging over 6 yards per attempt. Right now on pace to be the greatest running team in football history. The record right now is held by the 1963 Browns with Jim Brown.
Really?
Averaged 5.7 yards per attempt. The 49ers right now averaging 6.1 yards every time they run the ball. Oh, by the way, they're also the most efficient passing offense in football. Not Matt Ryan and the Falcons, not Tom Brady and the Patriots. Alex Smith in San Francisco, number one in the NFL in offensive passer rating. That's a pretty good two-pronged attack. Oh, by the way, with the best defense in football.
The numbers, if it comes to beating the Niners, which the Vikings did.
Well, the 49ers right now, or believe it or not, they're middle of the road protecting Alex Smith. They're suffering a negative pass play and almost 9% of dropbacks. Not only that, they're bottom half of the league, 23rd in pressuring the passer. Look at all those great pass rushers they had last year. Even though they're still the number one scoring defense in football, they're not getting after the quarterback like they used to. Forcing a negative pass play on 7.4% of dropbacks, 23rd in the NFL. So they need to step that up and get after Eli Manning. Conversely, they need to do a good job of protecting Alex Smith. Right now, the Giants don't look to be that great pass rushing team that they may have been last year.
Great breakdown of this game, Kerry. For people that want to go to Cold Hard Football Facts to get your pick, your recommendation, how do they do that?
We do our real and spectacular picks for every game, every week at Cold Hard Football Facts Insider. We size up every opponent, Butch, in 20 different quality stats, all the stats that correlate to victory. Do that for every team and every game, week after week. Cold Hard Football Facts Insider. Best deal in sports, Butch.
For whatever it's worth, I'm going to give you my pick now. I think the Giants win again. I hate saying that as a Patriots fan.
Yeah, well,
I
we'll
think
see.
they
I
do.
mean, we'll have all the numbers crunched by the end of the week, but I just think the 49ers are so good in so many ways right now. I think they're probably going to carry the day at home.
I'm Butch Stearns. He's Kerry Byrne. This is Cold Hard Football Facts on Football Nation.